Yusaku understands my policy and wants to be the next president.
I have one last item to bring up. Should Tokimeki Manufacturing continue with the current president?
I'm Keiichi Sato, head of the technology department at Tokimeki Manufacturing, a car and motorcycle parts company. One day... Excuse me, President Tadakoro, do you need me?
Oh, Mr. Sato. I heard you scolded my son Yusaku in front of a large crowd the other day.
As head of the technical department, I conveyed the feedback from the operations during the meeting. I did not call attention to it in public.
Feedback from the operations, huh?
There are many complaints about Yusaku's drastic cost cutting.
Yusaku is in the management strategy department. It is his job to work for cost cutting. What the heck is the problem? Yusaku understands my policy and wants to be the next president.
Our company's strength is in our craftsman skills. I wish he understood the manufacturing process before considering cutting the costs.
The technology department has too many expenses, including personnel costs.
Right. The operations side should also consider cutting costs.
Exactly. I want them to understand the effort we put into managing expenses.
Tell me about it. If you do not agree with our company's policy, you can have an option to work for another company.
Well, if the company's policy stays the same, that can be an option. The next day, after our requests were ignored.
This is my first shareholders meeting. I'm not sure if I need to be here.
It's important to learn about the company here. Now, we will begin the shareholders meeting. Is it Sato? Why the heck is he in that seat?
What the heck is going on?
I'm Nagisa Yasui, a shareholder. I have an announcement. By order of Mr. Heiichi Sato, the founder and former president of Tokimeki Manufacturing, his shares have been inherited by his grandson, Mr. Keiichi Sato.
What? Is that Sato President Sato's grandson?
Dad, I hope we'll still be okay after what we did yesterday.
The inheritance is complete, so Mr. Keiichi Sato will start attending meetings as of today.
Really? So Mr. Sato is the majority shareholder now? Does that mean he's higher up than Dad?
I'm Keiichi Sato. Thank you for supporting the company since my grandfather's time. I work in the technology department at Tokimeki Manufacturing. I will continue to work as an employee and shareholder to grow the company.
So he's also staying as an employee?
Ah. After that, the shareholders meeting proceeded smoothly.
I have one last item to bring up. Should Tokimeki Manufacturing continue with the current president?
Wait a minute. What? What do you mean? Please, explain.
Tokimeki Manufacturing has always valued technological skills, but since President Todokoro took over, the company's policy has gradually changed.
Policy? What policy?
Perhaps due to prioritizing profits, excessive cost-cutting has become noticeable.
It is only natural for a president to go after profits. Excessive focus on technological skills leads to poor profit margins. We were cutting costs to break this cycle.
I have heard that the cost-cutting has affected product quality. As a result, our performance has declined for 3 consecutive terms. If this continues, the company's survival will be at risk. After discussions among shareholders, we believe we should consider a change in president.
Wait a minute. Our management policy is not wrong. Some performance decline is quite normal in a company's history, right? When I became president, we successfully turned a profit using our current approach.
That makes sense in a way. However, the quality of our products has changed quite a bit since we became profitable. We cannot just let it be like this.
If you're concerned about the product, there's no need to worry.
What do you mean?
60% of our sales are motors for cars and motorcycles. However, the ownership rate of cars and motorcycles is decreasing year by year. Naturally, motor sales will also decrease. The poor performance is not just due to my management policy.
Any thoughts on how we can do better?
While cutting costs, we are developing a new product that improves the motor. It is still in the prototype stage, so it is a preliminary step before establishing a new business plan. However, if this goes well, we will definitely dominate the industry.
Being your employee, I know where you are coming from on the new product.
Of course you do. What do you think, Mr. Sato? It is a great product, isn't it?
Yes, however,
It
it is only if it goes well. It is still just a theory.
But the technology department is working hard on it.
It is Yusaku, your son, who is delaying the progress of the technology department. President Tadakoro, I told you and Yusaku the other day. Yusaku needs to talk with the technology department, especially those who actually work there.
I do talk to them.
You rejected the purchase of high-quality parts for making the new product, right, Yusaku? And yet, you're giving instructions to make something more advanced. Do you call it a talk? This, no that crap is messing with everyone at the operations. Some excellent engineers have left us.
I'm getting more and more worried about the product quality. Was that you that instructed Yusaku to do the cost cutting, President Tadokoro?
Absolutely not. My son understands my policy and is just putting it into action.
Yes, that's right. There are some products that maintain high quality even with cost cuts.
Exactly. You must recognize this corporate effort. However, I must apologize for confusing the operation. As president, I will take responsibility for the treatment of Tadakoro Yusaku.
Huh? Well, it seems like the new product is progressing. Let's see how things go with President Tadakoro for a bit longer.
What do you think, Mr. Sato?
Well, let's see how management would bring back our technical strength.
President Tadokoro, I have high expectations for you.
I'm looking forward to seeing your contributions from in-house.
Yes, thank you.
A few days later, I was called by Nagisa for a meal. Hey, it's been a while since I've had a chance to talk with you, Nagisa.
Yeah, we used to play together a lot when we were little, as our grandfathers were best friends. It's so strange that we both inherited our grandfather's shares and are involved in Tokimeki manufacturing. I have something to discuss with you today.
What is it?
Tokimeki Manufacturing is an important company that our grandfather started from a small factory.
Uh-huh.
It grew into a big company with its high technical capabilities, but now it's about to collapse.
The workers at the operations are trying hard, but
I want to protect this company.
same here.
The philosophy of contributing to society with technical capabilities, which President Zato and my grandfather valued, Keiichi, you're the one who values it the most. So I have an idea.
Meanwhile, President Tadakoro is talking with his workers, and
How's the development of the new compact motor going? I mean, the high-efficiency lightweight motor for disaster relief drones. If this development succeeds, this motor should attract attention from overseas.
Well, the prototypes are still facing difficulties.
What? I invested a lot into this.
We focused on cost cuts to minimize machine maintenance. Now, we're having a lot of machine troubles with no skilled workers.
What the hell have you done, Yusaku?
Say what?
I moved you from the management strategy to the technology department, so tell me what you have done.
I'm swamped dealing with complaints from the operation.
What's the matter with you? If you don't achieve anything here, you won't be the next president. If we didn't do well on the compact motor, my position would be in danger. How are we gonna do?
that afternoon, at the board meeting,
Our company has been selling its high technical capabilities since its establishment. However, I believe that this is the reason why Tokimeki Manufacturing's performance is sluggish. So, I am thinking of changing our management to mass-produce small parts instead of high-quality motors.
Will that really work?
By allocating the expenses and time used for motors to other things, we can make products cheaply and quickly. We can increase sales that much.
Well, that sounds rational.
Now that it's been decided, let's hold an extraordinary general meeting of shareholders and propose it.
President Tadakoro, I have something to say.
Yusaku, I'm in the middle of a board meeting.
Well, there's trouble with the first mass-produced product.
What?
A few days later.
Thank you, shareholders, for attending the extraordinary general meeting of shareholders. Today, I would like to gather your support for our new management policy.
New management policy?
Rather than sticking to high-quality products as before, we will mass-produce small parts by utilizing the technology we have cultivated.
Huh?
What did you say?
We have already received unanimous approval at the board meeting the other day. What Tokimeki Manufacturing should do now is to immediately recover its business performance. We should fully operate the production line to mass-produce products and sell as many as possible.
Hold on a minute. What Tokimeki Manufacturing is valued is technical capability. It is to create advanced products that cannot be made elsewhere. What President Tadakura proposed is different from the traditional one. It will lead to losing many business partners who trust Tokimeki Manufacturing.
We will change the main products we sell. We will have new business partners.
Do you really think it will go so well?
Yes, the management strategy department has already revised the business plan.
Really? The mass-produced product is not the bearing that caused the trouble the other day, is it?
Why do you?
That bearing is compatible with our motor. It was a product that supported Tokimeki Manufacturing's sales along with the motor. However, if it is used for other companies' industrial machinery or home appliances, it easily breaks due to impact.
Yes, of course, I know.
The trouble the other day was caused by delivering a large quantity without improving its brittleness. In other words, it has been returned in large quantities, and it is rumored in the industry that our bearings cannot be used.
Knowing that, are we still changing our management policy?
I am against it.
But Mr. Sato is a shareholder, but he is also an employee. Even if you oppose, it has already been decided at the board meeting.
Mr. Sato has the right to be involved in management.
Huh?
Mr. Sato currently holds 51% of the shares. In other words, he has a strong influence on the company's management.
What? Even the previous president Sato didn't have that much influence.
I transferred some of my shares and some of Nagisa's shares to Keiichi.
You transferred your shares to Mr. Sato? Why?
I just wanted to protect the company built by the previous president.
Oh.
I am a classmate of the previous president Sato. I had some financial leeway, so I supported President Sato from the time he started a small factory. In that flow, I had a lot of shares. Mr. Kusumi has been supporting Tokimeki Manufacturing for a long time. President Sato valued the workers in the operation even as the company grew. The company grew due to the technology. He said that the workers who support that technology are the company's treasure.
That's true, but
President Tadakura, I know you did work hard for the company too. That's why I agreed to your continuation. However, your ideals were very different from the philosophy that Tokimeki Manufacturing is valued. I was very concerned about that.
Did I do something wrong? Isn't it okay if the company remains, even if the business changes a little?
What would you think if Yusaku's changed the business built by you to suit his own interests? What if the employees who have worked for many years leave and the management declines as a result? Judging from your reaction, you probably would not allow it, would you? That is what you are doing now, President Tadakura. It is wrong to think that you can do whatever you want just because you are the president.
Nagisa and I want to keep Tokimeki Manufacturing, which has contributed to the development of Japanese technology, as a company with high technical capabilities. It's not only from my respected grandfather, but also because I do not want to betray the trust of the employees, business partners, and everyone who uses our products. A company is filled with the thoughts of many people. It can never go well with the ideas of just one person. Mr. Kusumi agreed with our thoughts. I also know what my colleagues are thinking when he continued this company. I can't destroy it easily. That's why I entrusted the future to Keiichi. Thank you very much.
Even in the previous generation, technical capabilities sometimes held us back. That is why I focused on profits.
The result of focusing on profits is where we are now. We are losing both technology and profits at the same time.
Now, we should polish the technology we have valued and rebuild the company.
President Tadakura, I know that you are thinking of making Yusaku the next president. That is not something that can be unilaterally decided by you, Mr. President.
Oh?
We are looking to trust this company to a president who will be properly discussed at the shareholders meeting.
Huh? Does that mean I can't be president? I worked so hard to handle the complaints.
Of course, I would like to discuss the possibility of you continuing as president. However, if you did not agree with the company's policy, you would have an option of to work for another company.
Ugh.
In the end, President Tadakoro resigned from his position and left the company. Yusaku, who felt uncomfortable without his father, also resigned, and is now working part-time with him.
I've had enough of this family. I'm leaving.
It's me who wants to leave. I'm out of here.
Apparently, his wife had already run away. Meanwhile, what about me? Although I'm a major shareholder, I'm still working as the head of the technology department. And
Excellent, Keiichi. You were not late for our date today.
I didn't want Nagisa to get mad at me again. He was blessed with a good partner. Thank you for watching until the end.
Please subscribe to the channel to